The road to Hana isn't just a drive, it's an unforgettable adventure. Stretching 65 miles from Kahului to the remote town of Hana, this winding coastal highway packs in over 620 curves, 59 bridges, and some of the most jaw-dropping scenery on Earth. We are Hannah and Jeremy, and this is the second episode of our Hawaii adventure. And in today's video, we break down our full day driving the road to Hana.
A few days before our trip to Hana, we started our journey in Maui, flying in and staying in the Io Valley. We ventured up to Haleakala for sunrise on the first morning. We took a deliciously sweet tour at the Maui Gold Pineapple Farm. We snorkeled at the Molokini Crater, and we spent an afternoon hiking the Io Valley Monument. On our last full day in Maui, we checked out of the cottage in the valley and got a relatively early start and headed towards the Hana Highway, of course, after a stop at a local coffee stand.
The drive to Hana is intense, so there are a couple of things that you should do to make sure you set yourself up for an enjoyable drive and a stress-free adventure. Download an audio guide that will function both as your directions and knowledge guide. Make sure you have a full tank of gas before you head out of town, and we recommend getting a hotel in the town to Hana so that you don't have to make the drive back in the same day, but more about that later.
Plan for your first stop to be the Ho'okipa Beach Park. This is an incredible place to see sea turtles. This is also a good place to stop by for sunset, and it's close to Mama's Fish House, one of the highest rated restaurants in Maui. So if you're staying in Maui for a few days, it's worth planning that for an evening. The sea turtles come on shore to regulate their body temperature and to rest, especially after long migrations or foraging trips, and it's also speculated that there is a social component to the time that they spend on shore, so consider it like a local hangout.
Sea turtles are also very protected in Hawaii. The Endangered Species Act and the Hawaii state law make it illegal to touch, harass, or otherwise disturb them. At this beach, there's a retaining wall that borders the sand, keeping you a good distance from the turtles, but high enough for you to get a good view of them. The road to Hana can see anywhere from 10 to 20,000 cars a day, with mostly tourists looking to enjoy the journey. But the road is also the only highway for locals looking to get from one side of the island to the other. And the locals are far more comfortable driving the road than the tourists are. So you'll see signs all over reminding you, but you should let the locals pass. They are not on vacation and they need you to get out of the way.
Our second stop was Twin Falls. This is a privately owned park where they don't charge admission, but there is a $10 charge for parking. The lot does fill up fast, but the traffic cycles pretty quickly. We had to go past and turn around, but only once before we could park. The road to Hana hosts countless waterfalls. This is due to the geography of this side of Maui, the lush east coast, because it's part of what's called the windward side of the island. That means that it faces the steady ocean breezes that blow toward the island almost every day. When those clouds hit the steep slopes of Haleakala volcano, they're forced to rise. The higher they go, the cooler they get, and then rain. Over 300 inches a year in some places. That rain has carved out paths as it flows down Maui's volcanic cliffs, and where there's a drop-off, there's a waterfall. This was the first of many opportunities to get some banana bread on the road, still a little warm, fresh from the oven. The banana bread.
First one.
Our next stop isn't one that we had planned, but just so happened to be something we spotted along the way. It turned out to be an incredible view out to the ocean, and this was where we picked up our first whole coconut. They just cut a hole in the top and stick a straw in, and off you go.
One coconut.
Stop 4, just past mile marker 10, was the Garden of Eden Arboretum. This isn't just another stop on the road, it's a living, breathing gallery of nature. A 26-acre sanctuary carved out of the jungle with over 700 species of tropical plants, rare trees, and vibrant flowers blooming at every turn. The Arboretum was created by a local arborist and opened to the public in the 90s, and it was designed to help encourage the restoration of native Hawaiian ecosystems.
Maybe you recognize that view. That's Keapuka Rock. It's from the opening scene of the original Jurassic Park. Much of Jurassic Park was filmed on Oahu, but there are a few spots like this one here and there that made it into the movie.
The garden is also famous for the rainbow eucalyptus trees. Although these trees are not native to Maui, they thrive in warm, humid environments. In Hawaii, they were introduced in the early 20th century, primarily for reforestation and erosion control due to their fast growth. The colors come from the bark as it sheds in stripes. New bark starts out as bright green and then matures through every shade from maroon to purple to fiery orange. It's like nature's version of a watercolor painting.
Just before taking a detour to the Kai'ane Peninsula, it's worth pulling off at mile marker 16 for a look at the Nua'ailua Bay overlook. This is the first glimpse of the black sand beaches, but we'll get much closer to one a little bit later. Our next stop was Aunt Sandy's famous banana bread. Banana bread is popular on the road to Hana for a few delicious and nostalgic reasons. First, it's deeply tied to Maui's agricultural roots. The island's warm, humid climate is ideal for growing bananas, especially the small, sweet apple bananas that thrive in East Maui. Locals have been making banana bread with these for generations, and it became a convenient roadside snack thanks to its portability, its shelf life, and comforting flavor.
Banana bread stands became iconic because they offered a quick, tasty treat that felt homemade and authentically local. Over time, spots like Aunt Sandy's expanded to offer a full range of Hawaiian specialties and turned the banana bread into a destination all of its own, creating a kind of banana bread trail along the journey.
We were planning to rank each of the banana breads from the different stops, but we honestly tried so many different ones that we lost track, and each one was equally delicious as the next.
Before heading back to the main highway, we stopped at K&I Park. This was a good midpoint stop to stretch, and it was one of the only public bathrooms along the route. The shoreline here is lined with dramatic oversized rocks and boulders formed from an ancient lava flow from Haleakala volcano that once poured into the ocean. This hardened lava has been shaped over time by some of the roughest surf on the island, creating one of the most striking and raw landscapes along the road to Hana.
We made our way back to the main highway, and it wasn't long until we made another banana bread stop. This time we grabbed one with chocolate chips, and we got a pineapple smoothie that I still dream about today. Our next stop was a 15-mile, approximately 40-minute drive from the Anae Peninsula. So we just turned on the audio guide and cruised around the twists and turns until we reached the Hana lava tubes. Also known as the Ka'eluku Cave, this underground formation was created over 960 years ago by a massive lava flow from Haleakala. This natural tunnel stretches for miles underground. Admission is $15 per person, and it is only open until 4:30 p.m. So you'll have to keep an eye on the clock as you make your way down the road to make sure you have enough time to explore.
Once you get past the cave opening, there are not lights, but they do provide you with a flashlight to use inside the cave. But just remember, it's a natural formation, so the ground is going to be uneven. Interestingly, this cave has what's called lava stalactites, formed in a similar way to stalactites in other caves, with dripping water and mineral deposits. But instead of water, it was dripping lava that cooled as it dripped and was frozen in time. The cave stays a constant 76 to 72 degrees year-round, so this is a great stop on those warm summer days.
Our next stop was Wai'anapanapa State Park. The name Wai'anapanapa means glistening waters in Hawaiian, referencing the park's freshwater pools and shimmering coastline. The park is renowned for its striking black sand beach formed from volcanic lava fragments. Because this is such a popular spot, a time entry reservation is required. We booked ours pretty late in the day, so we didn't have to rush.
Also, cell phone service is pretty spotty here, so make sure that you have your reservations downloaded to your phone, unlike us, who had to have the helpful park employees look up our reservations with our name and phone number. The rocks here may seem like a good souvenir, but don't even think about it. Besides the obvious environmental impact and how that would be a blatant lack of respect for the sacred nature of Hawaii's beaches, there's also a well-known legend in Hawaii that if anyone removes lava rocks or black sand from the island, they will be cursed with bad luck. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, just know that dozens of rocks are mailed back to Hawaii every year by visitors who are hoping to undo the misfortunes that have happened to them after taking them home. It is such a common occurrence that some parks and post office even have Pele return boxes.
This is typically where most people end their road to Hana journey and head back to western Maui, but we continued on to our accommodations for the night. We booked just one night at the Hana Inn, and it was a little bit over $100 for a king room and a private bathroom, however not attached. The town of Hana has only about 600 permanent residents, so it's not going to have all of the amenities of a resort area like late night restaurants. So we made sure to grab our dinner relatively early and of course had some banana bread to satisfy any late night cravings.
If you are coming here in the warmer months, it is worth noting that there is no air conditioning at the Hana Inn. It wasn't too bad with the windows open and a fan, but we live in the land of AC 24/7 in Florida, and we are not used to sleeping in a room that is not 70 degrees or cooler. So pack some lightweight PJs for the night. The next morning, we started our way back towards Maui Airport to catch our flight to the Big Island.
But before saying goodbye to the island of Maui, we had to catch one last waterfall, Wailua Falls. It's accessible from a quick pull-off, and the whole falls are visible from the bridge, so I can definitely see the appeal.
And if you thought we weren't going to get one more banana bread and a local coffee, you would be crazy. Next time we share our itinerary from the Big Island, go ahead and subscribe because we are going to swim with manta rays, visit an active volcano, and maybe drink the world's best cup of coffee. Thanks for watching our Road to Hana video. Hana banana.